Yeah, I need to make some room for this.
Did you steal my stretch belt?
I didn't take your stretch belt. Did you find it? You find it?
It was in the box with all the wiring from the 07 STI for some reason. Do you want me to film you putting on my stretch belt?
Sure. Stretch belt, you get the stretch belt install tools. These fun doodads. This guy goes like that on the outside. The little clip guy goes in the hole so that when you turn it around, it doesn't fall out. Up here you got the guide. It just uses that lower portion on the lower hole, and the top hole gets that bolt. And that's just to hold the belt on. Then all you do is you put the belt on this side like here, and as it comes around, it's gonna stretch it around the pulley. It's really not that hard. It's just kind of weird to look at first. Crank it around a little bit to get it to properly seat on the pulleys. You get the tink, and the tink means that it's on there properly. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Sorry to have such an impromptu starting to this, but if you remember from the previous video, we took this built 5EAT out of my Outback Chewy, and I do have to do a couple of things to check it out before we put it in the Legacy. Even though this was built, it did have some issues, and if you ever go through building your transmission as well, if you're trying to hold more power, I would recommend to make sure anything you give the transmission shop that is doing it, whether it be your local transmission shop, level 10, IPT, anyone like that, you want to use newer parts, or at least make sure they're in good working order. I think my issue with this one was probably the fact that it had a ton of miles on it, and they used my sent-in valve body for modifications. The valve body itself, everything as far as the modifications they did, works great, but I do have an issue between third and fourth where it hangs up, kind of sits there for a second, and then decides to shift. So it's like that solenoid itself is sticking. I don't know exactly what they do as far as bench testing while they're doing all of this. I'm assuming they probably assume that you've sent them parts that are in fairly good working order. If they do anything as far as a bench test, it's probably just making sure that the solenoids actuate at all. So you can get rebuilt solenoid kits. That's part of what I'm going to do on here. I'm just trying to take off this torque converter first. That way it's not so heavy when I flip it over, and I don't want all this stuff on there. As soon as we get that done, I'm gonna flip the transmission over, take off the lower oil pan for the transmission, and we should be able to see the valve body.
Pull it. Twist it.
Okay, there we go. If you're taking off your torque converter on your transmission, it's gonna look like this. It's heavy as hell. It's got a snout that works the pump and everything inside, which is this guy here. You don't want this to come out with it. It's got a little snap ring. You want to keep that just kind of with everything so that when you put this back in, it actually snaps into place and doesn't just kind of flop around. These things normally don't do a whole lot other than just hold things in place, so it's probably not a big deal. I'm gonna clean this up just a little bit. Don't get any dust or anything in there. Another kind of random thing to note if you are messing with these transmissions, this snout is kind of a double snout design, so this floats around. You do have a little O-ring. These like to either expand and get really weak and not seal properly. As you can see here, this one's kind of still resilient a little bit, but I've seen where they've blown out and they've kind of cut themselves. So you want to always watch for that if you are replacing your torque converter or upgrading it. The fuck did you just do?
I may have arced the battery and shocked myself.
Oh. You freaked me out and I just dropped the torque converter on my pinky. That fucking hurt really bad. Dude, I just slammed myself.
I didn't mean to make you jump.
I thought the car was falling. I was like, what?
No, I just, dude, it, there, through me. Woo!
Guys, I'm over this video. I just crushed my pinky underneath the torque converter. Heads up, torque converters are heavy. Don't fuck yourself up.
Okay. Matt, you've made a mess.
I sure have. All right, so now that we poorly got this thing set up to where I can access this oil pan, We're gonna take all these bolts out, get this thing pried off, and then check out the valve body that's inside here. So this right here underneath the pan is your valve body. This is basically the brain of the transmission. It has the solenoids and everything that actuate to tell it to shift into different gears. So it actually does the mechanical side of what the TCM is telling it to do to get those gears and everything to engage the way they're supposed to on the planetary gear sets. Now that the pan is off, I'm gonna get this valve body out of here. You just have to disconnect this connector and then these two, bring these lines around this way, and then there's some bolts that we're gonna hit to free this up. So I'm just gonna get these disconnected real quick. These just have little retainer pieces you can bend around. Get that freed up. Pull that guy around the side, pull that guy around the side. So when we go to take this off, now that we've got these guys unplugged and pulled away from the valve body, we have to take some of these bolts out. Not all like 50 of these bolts come out, but yet all these black ones here, these three right here, and then we're going to hit this guy, the middle one, this one in here, and the second one up. And then we should be able to pull this straight out. There is an engagement right here, if you can see it. And that is going to be what moves with this guy. So that's what connects it to the shift linkage, from the shift linkage to the valve body. You want to leave that in that position, and that is going to be something, if you're reinstalling this, you want to watch for to make sure that lines up correctly. So I'm going to take all these guys out, and then I'll pull this straight out to get this out of here. You gotta be really careful with that because the solenoids, some of them have little nipples on top that lead to different areas of this. So you need to be very careful not to hit those against anything. You can break a solenoid super easy. I'm gonna go through and replace mine. You can't get them directly from Subaru, but on eBay, there are a couple of sellers that do refurbish, clean out, and put them back together and sell those. So you could buy them that way if you're just looking to replace a couple and not spend like 900 bucks on a new valve body. In here, I can actually see one of my gear sets clutch packs, all of the clutches and the discs in there, so that's pretty cool. All of that looks good. You'd normally see some like hot marks and stuff on there if we're having an overheating issue or anything, or wearing out the clutch pack. So nothing in here looks unhealthy, which is good. I do want to take you around and show you the valve body itself. For any automatic transmission, even CVTs and things like that, they all have a valve body, and that is one of the most common things if you're having shifting issues that is going bad, whether it's a stuck solenoid of some kind or a failure, a clog in the system. So this would be one of the first things as far as failure points on these transmissions you'd run into. Like I said, I have an issue with this built transmission where from third to fourth, it would hang up, it would act like it's in neutral, and then you would feel the solenoid unstick. To make things easy, since they only sell these in sets from what I've seen, and I don't want to take a chance having to do this again, I'm just going to replace all of these solenoids. It's pretty simple. I can get them off eBay from a seller, so no big deal there. So now that I know what kind they are, I can get the kit ordered. We're going to leave this kind of how it is for now. This is about as far on teardown as I wanted to get through this. I'm also going to get a new oil pan ordered, because this oil pan, whoever put it on, RTV'd the shit out of it. That's going to be impossible to clean up, and I'm going to want to clean up the matting surface on there as well. While I've got it like this, it's going to chill like this for a few days, and then in the follow-up video for this, I'm going to swap out these solenoids, and then we're going to reassemble everything.